All right, and hello everybody. I'm the SweetBro27, and welcome to another Dokkan battle video. We're here in the EZA event for Super Saiyan 2, KALIFLA, and KALE, or KAULIFLA, however you say her name. Going down to the battle info, as per normal, she is an LR, the superior way to do this. So all LRs get damage reduction, and then you get boosted attack if they are on Reps of Universe 7. So this is the team we are bringing here. I'm going to set my phone right down there. And like per normal, we're going to read over their kit. Now, this is actually a pretty disappointing EZA. If you were playing back during the 2019 meta, this was the best unit in the game. And I'm fearful that Dokkan didn't want this to be the best unit in the game again, so they massively made this EZA just kind of meh. So I'm actually going to show up on the screen right here what they do. So their leader skill pre-EZA was Join Forces, 4 key, 130 to stats, or Super AGL, 4 key and 100 to stats. I mean, that's fine. On both their 18 and 12 key, they stack defense, which is a 30% raise. And then looking at their passive, they get 66% attack and defense and launches an additional, very good. 1 key up to 6, and chance to evade enemy super attack, including super attack plus 6% up to 66%. With each attack performed. Then they get 10% attack per Universe 7 or Universe 6, Join Forces, or Pure Saiyan category ally on the team. Then they launch an additional super attack when there is a Universe Survival Saga or Pure Saiyan category enemy. So that's pretty busted, especially for the time. Like, the main difficult event was the Legendary Goku event. So they would get their 18 key at the start of turn, basically. Then they would launch an additional, which it's not anything with the super, so it's normally going to be a normal additional. Then after that, they would get the guaranteed super attack because you're fighting a Goku. Then if you had your hit of potential, that's 4. So there was upwards to a chance to have 4 super attacks in just one turn with these guys, all of those being a defensive stack. Then with the more additionals they do, they can get up to a 66% chance to dodge. That's almost UI Goku levels right there. And creating 6 key, plus they have the Tournament of Power Link, which is 3 key right out the gate. They also have Prepared for Battle, which is an extra 2 key. Battlefield Diva is an extra 3% key if you can actually get that activated. And Warriors Universe 6 is a 2 key. So they would never, ever have to worry about key. They're also on a lot of really powerful teams like Peppy Gals. Or they're on a lot of niche teams, excuse me. You have Peppy Gals, Universal Survival Saga is kind of dead, but I mean, it's not going to be dead in a little bit because we have Blue Kaioken Goku now, we have the 17 unit, we have these guys, we have the new Dokkan Fest KALE, all of that. I mean, Join Forces, Universe 6 definitely needs it, Rapid Growth, Bond of Friendship. Super Saiyan 2 actually is an interesting one. I did not realize they were on Super Saiyan 2, but I guess that makes sense. Yeah, they're probably the they're probably like the 5th or 6th best unit on this team because that has Super Saiyan 2, AGL, Goku or Gohan. That's probably the best unit. Then you have KALE, you have Ant, Majin, Vegeta, you have Battle of Gods, Vegeta. But other than that, yeah, she's pretty up there, and that's a big buff to that team. Especially since she gets that extra attack buff for each. So if there was a character on the team that was also a U6, Join Forces, and a Pure Saiyans, she would get 30% extra attack for that one person. So if you had like the Tech, KALE, and KALIFLA, for example, just having her on the team is making KALE and KALIFLA get an extra 30% of their stats. So overall, you can see that this kit is incredibly powerful. Now, all they needed to do would make this character, like, not even make this character broken and make it a problem. Make it a character who could support Dokkan Fest KALE. Have them guard for the first couple of turns, or have them have guaranteed dodge for just one turn, or let them have damage reduction. Like, if they had in their passive, like, they had 66% damage reduction, and then with each super attack they did, they lost 6%, and then they would gain 6% dodge. Just anything to make them good at the start of a fight, because with all build-up characters, who, I mean, she is a stacker, she takes time to get good, and there's just too many characters that need to get hit, and too many characters that need to stack, especially on the Universe 6 team, for her to not be a decent, viable option out of the gate. And you'll see what I mean when we're looking at her EZA. Now, again, I will quickly flash this up on the screen. But she's now Joined Forces 4 key and 150 to stats, or Super AGL 4 key and 100 to stats. So she really only gets that 20% buff. You're never going to be running this guy as a leader unless you're using them in, like, Super Battle Road and you need an AGL type lead, which I don't know why you would do when you can just run, like, the LR SSJ4s. But she still just raises attack and defense on both her 18 and 12 key. I mean, she lowers attack. It doesn't really matter. She does also get an attack raise on her 12 key. Okay, so that means all of her additionals for the rest of the turn would do extra damage, which can be useful. Now, looking at her passive, she's still good, but it's disappointing that she wasn't more, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. So she gets 3 key and 130 to stats, and launches an additional that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. That's good. Again, the 3 key is not really necessary. She's making a ton of key, and she has a ton of key with her links. So that's not the most important thing in the world, but more key will always take that. The extra buff to her stats is actually very good, going from 66% to 130 to stats, basically doubling what she was already doing. And that additional that she was guaranteed now has a 50% chance of becoming a super. That's very good. She gets an additional 66% attack and defense, and launches an additional with a great chance of becoming a super attack when HP is 66% or less. So that's not guaranteed. You can never guarantee that you're going to be below a certain threshold, especially 66%. Believe it or not, it's actually kind of hard to be below that level and not just guaranteed to die. But that extra 66% to her stats is good, and then having a 70% chance to launch an additional. No, it is a guaranteed additional with a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. So that's the way we like it. So that just means it's a guaranteed another attack that has a chance to trigger the hidden potential system. So that's actually pretty good. Then she gets 1 key up to 6 and a chance to dodge up to 66% with each attack performed. That is the exact same. She gets 10% attack for each Universe 6, Joined Forces, or Pure Sand category ally attacking on the team. And then she launches an additional super attack when there is a Universal Survival Saga or Pure Sand category enemy. So what did they even add? They gave her a couple of buffs to her first sentence. Yeah, the only thing that she actually got that is new is an additional 66% attack and defense, and launches another additional with a great chance of becoming a super attack when HP is 66% or less. That's not even that great. I mean, granted, that is good if she was like a side banner unit who could sit in slot 1, you know? Or she had some sort of versatility in the early turns. But I gotta see. So it takes 6 attacks for her key to be fully built up and 11 attacks for her dodge to be fully built up. That's a lot. Especially because, again, she has to build up her defense. So, like, super late into fight, she's great. Because she'll have incredibly high defense and an incredibly high chance to dodge. So even if she does get hit, she's not going to be taking damage. But in the early stages of a fight, let's say you get the best look possible in turn 1. You don't get super, you don't even get attacked before they attack. You get your 18 key, then you have, and let's say you get the the high chance additional, so that's 2 super attacks. And let's say for whatever reason you're below 66% and you get another 70% chance, that's 3. And you're fighting a Goku enemy, that's 4. And you get your hidden potential, that's 5. So you'll almost have your key fully built up. You'll get an extra 5 key in the next turn, and you'll have a 30% chance to dodge if you got all of those attacks. So, I mean, you can build up pretty quick, I guess, if you get every single one of them, but she's just not good enough turn 1. You can't put her into slot 1 turn 1 because she doesn't have any of her dodge or her defensive stacks. There's no one else on the Universe 6 team you can really do that with, and she wants to be run with other Universe 6 and Pure Saiyans. I mean, I guess you can run her with the LR, Super Saiyan, Vegeta, and Goku from the Metal Cooler movie on their Joined Forces team, but I mean, that unit is power crept and pretty weak too. I mean, they're only a year old, and I would say that they're trash. KALE and CAULIFLA, I wouldn't say are trash, but they're a slot 2 or 3 unit at best. And they don't support KALE, which I feel like is the cardinal sin of this unit, is that they don't support KALE. Now let's actually look at KALE real quick. I believe she's on Power Beyond Super Saiyan. Let's see. KALE. Oh, is KALE not on Power? Huh, that's odd. I thought they gave it to her because she's technically Berserk. I don't know, we'll just go to Peppy Gals. We'll find her that way. There we go. Peppy Gals. So yeah, she leads Universe 6 or Transformation Boost. So in her Berserk Berserk form, which is what she starts the fight off in, she gets 160 to stats, an additional 60 with a high chance, or additional 60% attack and defense and a high chance of launching, an additional super attack when performing a super, reduces damage by 20% up to 60 within the same turn with each super attack performed, plus an additional attack and defense plus 160% and a great chance of launching an additional when there's another use 6 at a category ally attacking the same turn. Dude, did we die? Dude, man. Y'all can't ever let me do anything. So the reason why KALE and CAULIFLA are such a bum, EZA in my opinion, is they aren't, I mean, they're good, again, granted, but they should have been a support for KALE, because KALE's team sucks. Now, granted, KALE only needs one Universe 6 category ally on the team, and she's fine, and that's great and whatever. But KALE has to be in slot 2, and she has to get all of her additionals to become supers for her to get her damage reduction. Now, granted, she can get upwards to 60% damage reduction that lasts for 1 turn, and that's pretty good. But she's not getting super, or she's not getting defense on her super. She just greatly raises attack for 1 turn, which is pretty bad. High chance of launching an additional super when performing a super. So that's a 50% chance. And then reduces damage by 20% with each super attack performed. An additional 160 to stats and a great chance of launching an additional super attack when there's another Universe 6 category ally attacking in the same turn. So yeah, how KALE works is that you always need a Universe 6 category ally on the team, or even on the rotation with her. So even if you're running them on a different leader skill, you would still need to have someone on the same turn with her so she has a better chance of getting all of her damage reduction. Now once she transforms into Super Saiyan 2 KALE, she loses that damage reduction. However, she gets 100% defense for the first 6 turns from the start of battle, an additional 200% attack and defense, plus an additional attack plus 120%, and launches 2 additional attacks, each that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when performing a super attack. High chance of guarding all attacks, plus an additional attack and defense plus 60 for 3 turns after receiving an attack, plus an additional defense plus 160, and guards all attacks when there's another Universe 6 category ally attacking the same turn. Which again, KALE and CAULIFLA would proc, so she would get an extra 160% defense, then an extra 60% defense, then 200% defense, and then another 100. So that's 100, 300, 360, 520. That's 520% defense she's getting, and she has guard. So after she transforms, what is her condition to transform? Can be activated from the 4th turn with CAULIFLA on the team, or can be performed after 6 or more super attacks in battle. Now, I believe that the LR actually does activate this because it's Super Saiyan 2 KALE, CAULIFLA and Super Saiyan 2 KALE. So that does proc, which just doesn't make sense because it just feels like they want and you need you to run them together on the same team, which you do, to be fair, because U6 sucks. But am I going to die again? Here. Wait. Hold on. Well, we're going to intervene real quick. There we go. And honestly, we can do that, and we'll just hope that they don't super right away. And that should be good. Hopefully. Perfect. I mean, when I do this, 11.33. I love Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. Man, he's great. Like that. See, this is how you do an EZA. You gave him temporary guard. You build upon the kit that he already had while just adding onto it, making him viable. Like, he is so far and away from being a fraud. It is great. Now, would I say these guys are a fraud? No. But were they given enough? No. They only get one extra part of their passive, and they really only get that extra bit of stats. So hold on, what is it before? So before they got no key and 66% attack and defense. Now they get 3 key, which again is worthless, and 130 to stats. So granted, they will have like twice the amount, or essentially twice the amount of attack and defense. God, these guys are being fraud, so I do actually have to pay attention to what I'm doing, which makes talking just a little bit harder, but I'm pretty sure I got everything I needed to say out there. Are they good? Yes. Am I excited that they're getting their EZA? Absolutely, 100%. Do they deserve better? Yes, they 100% should have gotten more. It is very disappointing that such a crucial and powerful unit, and that has just like a remarkable history on the game, their EZA, like, they're already kind of power crept, you know? Now, part of that, too, is just because Kale's team is dead, but even in, like, a year and a half from now, 2 years, when we do get a bunch of U6 units... Here, let me pull Kale back up on my computer. But even if we do get, like, a really good Universe 6 team, like hold on, let's just look at Universe 6 entirely. Let's do that instead. But, like, let's say we get, like, a Carnival LR hit, we get a new Champa and Vados unit, like, maybe, like, a combo that's a joined forces even. Like, a new standalone Super Saiyan Kale or Super Saiyan Caulifla. Like, the Namekian guys, they could get a new unit. Boda Magetta. Like, they could get their EZA, we could get another Kefla unit. Like, in 2 years, when we get all these new units... Are we still going to be using Kale and Caulifla? No, I don't think so. Because looking at it just objectively, her time in the sun is now, and she can't thrive. I mean, I haven't seen any videos of her, like, going into, like, the new Omega Sin Shinron event. Or not, the Omega Shadow Dragon event for Tanabata. I haven't seen, like, any showcases of her in there, but I know she would be just fraudulent. Now, granted, that is a very long fight. That's the longest fight in the game, probably. But I've seen her in, like, against Sal Max, she's gotten cooked. Red Zone Broly, where you can't use her dodge at all, so you have to rely purely on her defensive stacking. Dude, what? I'm dead again. This is insane. If I die again in this... I mean, who is frauding me out? It's probably the Blue Boys, right? Because I don't... Even though Frieza and Goku have, like, low defense, they have type advantage, so I don't think they're the ones that are being fraudulent. Let's see. I mean, because we're so close. Yeah, this super is probably going to kill us, actually. I mean, I guess I can cut real quick and pick right on back up. But hold on, I do want to finish this thought process that I'm on. It's like, because imagine we have Kale... And then, like, a Carnival hit, a new Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, a Champa and Vados combo unit. Then we could get, like, the Namekians, they can actually get a unit. And, like, Botama and Magetta. Like, imagine those are, like, the new core 6 units that we get or whatever. Why would we ever use Kale and Caulifla? Because I feel like even the base form Kale and Caulifla... who fuse, like the tech ones, who can fuse into Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, like, these guys, when they get an EZA, are going to be super interesting. And I feel like they'll just be a superior form of what the LR does. So why would you ever... I don't know. You can't run her now, so if you can't run her now, you're not going to be able to run her in a few years from now, which is upsetting, to say the least. But... with that being said, we will cut, I'll, like, fast forward really quick, and we will wrap this video up. Alright, and there we go. So we will really quickly just collect that. Again, just do this if you can, you'll get a bunch of stones out of it. I did not pay attention to how many it is, but I'm pretty sure it's 33, because you get... No, I think it's 36, because I think you get 3 for each stage that you beat. And then you get the 3 from the mission. Although I could be wrong. You could genuinely just get 1 stone per... I don't really pay attention to stuff like that, even though I probably should. But yeah, that's all for this time. I have been the SweetBro27. I'm a variety Twitch streamer and an up-and-coming YouTuber trying to make it big in the world. I have a TikTok, a YouTube, and a Twitch, the links of which can all be found in the description of this video. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment, positive, negative, or indifferent. I would like just any sort of interaction I can get from you guys, but that will be all for this time. So as always, I have been the SweetBro27, and I am signing off.